got Luis, we got Faithin, aka VYS. We're over here in Mood. What you got, Luis?
Nothing much, man. We're just here. We're super hyped to be interviewing our boy Faithin, aka VYS, as Will already said. We're going to talk about various topics. We're going to talk about his come up as an artist, talk about the struggle of the indie music scene, just grinding, and thoughts on Weird Al. Anything that comes to our mind, we're gonna be cutting it up today. So why don't you start off? I'm gonna check the audio real quick, make sure everything's recording. Why don't you start off? Just tell us how your day's going, man. Like I didn't get to talk to you much before we started.
Going good, man. I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice day out. It's my day off today, so I'm just here kicking it with y'all. I'm about to go record some music tonight.
Oh, nice.
It is what it is.
You in that little home studio of yours?
Yes, sir.
So
in the
clean.
closet, baby. In the bedroom. You don't need them big studios.
That's so true, though. Like, so many artists we've interviewed, or like, all the artists that submit to us, it's all just shit in the bedroom. Dude, it sounds unreal.
Homegrown, baby.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
You know what you're doing with the mixing? It sounds unreal. Doesn't matter where you record it.
Nah, for real. Like, it's crazy because a lot of people don't know, like, even within the last 10 years, like, 10 years ago, you couldn't just go to Guitar Center or, like, Smash Music or some shit and, like, get recording gear that you need and get a decent sound out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit is like fairly new. You know what I mean? You can really do it from your house.
It's like a double-edged sword though, because there's a lot of people making music now that probably shouldn't be posting any of it.
Most definitely.
Hey, but you gotta appreciate the fact they're out there hustling, trying at least.
Right.
Most definitely.
Yeah, if you're out there doing it for the right reasons, if you just love making music, like that's awesome. It's so
now, if you're a mean rapper, that's a different thing.
It's all about the love, man. Like even the people that probably shouldn't be making music or like their first couple songs suck in their little recording home studio thing is if you love something enough, like you're gonna keep doing it over and over again. I mean, like that's just that. If you keep doing something enough times, you're gonna get good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bless up.
Real
True
shit.
that. True that.
What's that Adventure Time quote? Where he's like, oh, everyone starts off kind of sucky at something. It's like you start off at something. Even if you've got natural talent, like you're still gonna suck at some point. Like everyone sucked at some point.
Most definitely. My first songs were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Ass. Sat on my hard drive for 6 months before I put it out, like for real, because I was just like, bro, every song I've made up till now is bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was legit scared to release it, but that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm sure like stuff you even drop, like what you're going to record today, you end up dropping that 6 months down the line, you're gonna be like, damn, that was some ass.
Yeah,
like,
real shit. I can do so much better.
Yeah. We grow and we change it. It just got fucking.
No, but
it's like this. It's an exponential curve up. You just keep getting better and better and better.
100, man, 100, and I think we've seen that with your latest release too. Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Act like hell yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your creative process behind Go, but then how you've taken what you've learned from Go and applied that to your latest release.
Well, my creative process is weird, man. When I first started doing this, like I said, when I was telling you guys off camera a little bit, like I was just kind of the guy that was just rapping on the side. Like it really was not a focus. I would just, freestyle at parties or some shit like that. So like really, it was just me listening to whatever beat. If I felt the beat, if it hit me some type of way, then I just start flowing over it. You know what I'm saying? But that was a long time ago when I actually, like 2 years ago, when I actually was like, okay, I need to teach myself how to produce. I need to teach myself how to mix. I need to teach myself all this other stuff besides just rapping. It forced me to create in a different way. Like I wasn't just like hearing the beat and just like, oh, let me go over it. Like I was like constructing a full like song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like make the beat and then ride the beat. Like I'm not even really doing the rapping stuff anymore. I'm more on like a rapping like scene type of thing, if you will. And then the hooks and the bridge, like it's constructed. Everything's constructed all at once versus just hearing the beat and then like just putting some lyrics over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like you're building the full experience.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Total package.
And Go was like just the perfect song for that because after I made the beat, like I was like, okay, word, like now I gotta do this first verse, this hook, like second verse, and then like towards the end I was just like, it can completely break into the separate part, like, and that's the ending where like the multiple voices come in and it breaks down at the end. Like, yeah, man, it's a full product. And then like I basically just took that and tried to not copy it, but almost just take the format of it and try to apply it to Act Like. And,
Yeah.
it came out.
So with
like
your,
it came out.
apply that, take that process that you learn, and then edit it and revise it and Act Like.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most
No,
definitely.
I respect that. I think that's a really good way though to really grow and expand your creative process and better define what it is you're doing with regard to your creative process.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Who are some of your influences? Because I definitely heard like a lot of Travis Scott type of sounds.
Yeah.
But also like the construction of the songs is just very, very different than what you'd hear on like Top 40 radio.
Right. Man, yo, I fuck with everything. Like
Yeah.
That's
everything
what's up.
from Travis Scott to Nav to Tory Lanez to the Lil Pumps
Weird
to the
Al.
J. Cole's. Weird Al, I don't really listen to him too much.
Bro, everyone
One
hates on
day,
Weird Al.
one day, bro. One day you're
I
gonna
remember
find
back
somebody.
in the day, man, he had that Riding Dirty or whatever.
White and nerdy.
Yeah,
Hey, white and nerdy.
Yo, when I was little, I kind of liked that. You know what I mean? But I don't
Yeah.
really listen to him too much. Shout out to Weird Al though, man.
Shout out Weird Al.
Is he still putting out music and he's doing his thing though?
I think so.
Word.
He
Hey.
just did a tour like really recently.
Hey man, if you still out here getting that money, you know what I'm saying? That's,
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
He did a cover of the Pharrell song. Of Happy. It
Okay.
was like I don't remember what it was. It was some dumb shit. It was some Weird Al shit.
Word. Yeah, I was gonna say like I fuck with like everyone now,
Yeah.
but like I said, like Kendrick all the way to the Lil Pumps and the Smoke Purps and the J. Cole, like completely opposite ends of the spectrum. But like when I was first introduced to music, I was stealing CDs out of my dad's CD case, and the first CDs that I got my hands on was Kanye West, The College Dropout, The
solid.
Game, the documentary,
Ooh.
Eminem, the Eminem Show, and then T.I. King.
Okay.
Were like the first albums that like I played all the way through front to back, and then it elevated to like Lil Wayne and the Drakes and to where
Yeah.
we are now today
Yeah,
with
yeah.
everybody for sure.
That's actually really fascinating because those are some aggressive sounds right there. Those are some hard, aggressive sounds. And what you have with Go is is a little bit more laid back, a little bit more languid.
Yeah.
And I'm curious now, are we going to see something a little more aggressive that kind of represents Eminem, that kind of represents what Kanye's got?
Yeah, eventually I do. Like I was telling you guys, like I make everything. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I definitely want to kind of bring that almost like battle rap aggression a little bit to the table, but in a subtle way.
Yeah.
The reason, what's crazy is because like I used to be a rapper. You know what I mean? I wasn't always doing, like I said, this whole like sing-songy kind of rap, laid back flow, like go and like act like art. Like I just started doing that really when I just started producing, like I said, 2 years ago. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, obviously, I think we can all agree back in 2002, 2003, when those CDs that I just named off were relevant, or still are relevant, but I mean, like when they were out, you know what I'm saying? Rap was a lot different. Rap was that aggressive
Right.
battle rap. Everybody was spitting
I'm
bars.
so hard. I'm a gangster.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so like and that was the whole culture, just like how
Yeah.
now the whole culture is trap.
Yeah.
It's all, you know what I mean?
It's like trap, but mixed with this weird emo vibe almost. Yeah.
most definitely. And so like just coming up in that time period and being, a 8-year-old to a 10-year-old, like these, you know what I mean? This is my introduction to
Right.
music. Obviously, that's what you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I did start fucking around with music, I want to say I've always been writing music, but when I recorded my first song, 8th grade, that song it was the complete opposite of Go and Act Like it was just me rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You going in.
Same shit we just talked
Right.
about, like hard as fuck, and that continued. You know what I mean? Like I never really recorded too many songs after that, but every time that I'd be writing bars, it was from that battle rap hard standpoint.
Right.
And then we've seen the game change to where it's at now to like we just talked about the trap and the more melodic and the more like emo stuff.
Right.
Not to say that I changed my whole style or anything like that, because like I said, I wasn't even really making music. But when that change happened, I realized like I started going back to other people I listened to, like Casey and JoJo, like the old
Right.
R&B 90s group. I started going back to even guys like I used to listen to like Linkin Park and like Three Doors Down and like rock bands, but that were like
Right.
very, very melodic. I went back to all that old stuff, and I realized through listening to all these new guys, like I was like, man, like I like melodies. You know what I'm saying? And through
Right.
making the beats, you know what I mean, making the melody on the keyboard, I was
Yeah.
like, yo, like I could sing these melodies too, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of experimented back and forth with the rapidy rap bars, you know what I'm saying, and the singing stuff. And I'm being just through my style of mixing or the sing-songy melodic stuff just happened to catch my ear first. Like it just sounds better to me than what I can do with the rappy rap stuff. So
I think you definitely took us. I think you recognize the style that's popping right now, and you've adapted to that and gone on to put your own original twist on it, which I think is super important if you want to be relevant in the game today.
Most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of melodies, what are your thoughts on Little Uzi then? Because he's got some crazy
Lil Uzi,
melodies.
that's the name. See, I failed to say because I fuck with Uzi
That's what's
hard.
up.
Like
That's what's
when
up.
when I first moved out here, I don't know if you guys follow the XXL freshman list, but when I first moved out here, 2015, I believe that was his year, or if it wasn't 2015, that he was on the cover is 2016. But that was coming out basically right as I was moving here, and for me, that's when I started to see the change in hip hop. It
Right.
switching to
Yeah,
melodies
yeah.
now. And honestly, like I was a little skeptical. He came on that cover with Yachty and 21 Savage and a bunch of other
That's a
dudes.
crew there, right? Though.
Yeah, man.
That's a
I was
crew right
like,
there.
you know, this is that new wave, and
Yeah.
respectively, you know, me not coming from that background. Like I said, I was a little skeptical, but I gave all of them a listen, and Lil Uzi was the first one that I kind of jumped out of that. Like that melodic new age hip hop, if you will. Like I couldn't believe, you know what I mean, like the melodies that he was coming out with, and then he hit EXO Tour Life, and
Right.
the rest is history. Like Uzi's the truth, for real.
That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
So who, like you mentioned, you fuck with everyone. You got like Kendrick and Lil Pump, and like you love both of them equally. How, like where, because those are two very different styles of music. Like
Yeah.
Lil Pump's like the ignorant, like yeah, and Kendrick's just like very conscious and very, not to say Kendrick doesn't have like turn up songs, but Kendrick just usually has like more of a socially conscious statement.
It's real.
Where do you see yourself going or wanting to go? Is it more of like the ignorant, let people feel themselves party music, or more like I have something to say?
I honestly am just all over the board, bro. Like similarly with like the genres of music, along with the topics of music that I talk about. I was kind of explaining to him when we first got in contact, the reason why I think like I am such a special artist or diverse, if you will, is because like the one song is, you know what I mean, turn up, like act like, you know what I'm saying, talking about fucking bitches and getting fucked up or whatever, you know what I mean. It's something to just be ignorant and lose yourself to. And then the next song, you know, on Go, I'm talking about, there's a line in the hook where I'm like, yo, like I told my mom, like we're gonna get rich, like I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? There's also a line in the verse. It's like, what did I say? I was like, I come from nothing. Hold up, let me get the lyrics right. I forgot the lyrics. After the hook, the second verse. I don't know. It's something to the. It's something along the lines of like. It's like the struggle is like lighting a fire under my ass. So I have songs like that are like, you know what I mean, like very motivational, very conscious. And then I have songs too where it's like more of like the lovey-dovey, you know what I'm saying, like relationships and just all the ups and downs that come along with that. I'm literally all across the board, and I think that's why I can listen to multiple artists that come from different sides of the spectrum and show appreciation for all of it, because I you know what I mean, I'm not always like, you need to get your life together and you don't need to be out partying,
Right.
But I'm not always like, man, fuck it, let's take shots. I don't give a motherfucker. I'm off the pills. I'm off the Xans right now. You know what I mean? I'm a human being. Like I'm both.
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
experience
saying?
all
Like,
those things.
I'm all over the place.
Right.
So,
and that's
yeah,
important
man.
though. If you can incorporate all of those different things, turn up, love, you know, motivation, hard times, you can put all that into your music, then you're able to relate to everybody, because everybody goes through those things.
Yeah.
And that's what's up. That's real, brother. That's real. That's real.
This man's trying to be the Taylor
That's real.
Swift of hip hop out here.
Hey, no, it's just like,
Tell stories about everything.
I just hate how like, and part of this is due to labels and like how they try to market artists. Like I hate how people put you in a box or like marginalize you. Like, oh, you came out with this song and this was the first song that popped. Like, so this is what you're supposed to sound like from now on. Like when Tory Lanez came out with Say It, like he had been putting music out for a while, but that was the first song that like hit, you know what I'm saying, with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like little white girls at ASU are singing that song. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like they weren't singing the songs off of Lost Cause that came before that. And it's like,
And they ain't singing the songs now, because that album that he just came out with, Dude, that shit had me in tears, bro.
Yo,
That's an album
it's
right
real
there.
shit, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, he came out with that song, and you see how diverse of an artist he is. But he came out with that song, and people were like, "Oh, okay, that's the sing-songy R&B guy. That's just what he makes."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you may be more. It may be easier for you to make a certain type of song. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like, I'm a human being just like y'all. Like, we're all human beings. We don't go through just one emotion our whole life. So it doesn't make sense, like, why you would just make a certain type of music that caters to that emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm everything. You know what I mean? I feel the same way you do. I feel everything.
Yeah.
I feel that, man.
No, that's special. For real.
And I think a lot of people, that's like the same thing J. Cole was saying on that the Lil Pump TED Talk / diss track.
Yeah, 1985.
Yes, 1985. Yeah. He's like, dude, if you keep going down this narrow lane for yourself, it ends in a dead end. Like, you need to turn, you need to branch out, and I think you're really doing that, and you're really embracing all that.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and what you said too about labels, I think it's a shame that they're confining you to one box, because at the end of the day, you're this artist, you're an artist, and what does an artist do? They're diverse, they express their emotions, they enable people to connect with them, and guess what? People connect with people in different ways.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to tailor to those different ways, and I think that's important.
Hell yeah.
So you said you wrote a really hard song in 8th grade. What is 8th grade hard? Is it like, fuck you, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna take your chocolate milk? Like, what?
So like I said, growing up on all these rappers, Eminem, The Game, and all these guys, that's how I used to rap. I wasn't talking about, you know, the guns and nothing like that, because that's not where I come from.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
type.
yeah, I was, but like in the sense of battle rap.
Hold up. You're coming from Colorado. So are you talking about being out in the woods, surviving, building forts in the rain?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like, I'm coming from real shit. No, I was just talking about, like, why I'm a better rapper than you. Like, that's all that I could put. Yeah, in 8th grade and up till that point, because like I said, I've been writing bars all my life. Like, it was literally either a love song about a girl type thing, but like a rap, like, girl, I love you. Not like the sing-songy stuff. Or it was like, why I am a better rapper than you, why I am harder than you, even though I'm from Colorado and I'm not that hard at all. But
and then 12 years old.
And also 12 years old, like, and then, man, that's what I was rapping about.
That's funny.
No, that's great.
Do you see yourself ever going, like, incorporating more of the hard stuff back into your, like, sing-songy type of sound that you've got going on right now?
If hard as in like cadences, like me not on such a like 3 a.m. and I'm chilling all alone, like Go Is, you know what I'm saying? Like, but as in hard, you mean like, coming with the band.
Yeah, like just more, like
more of a lyrical,
more powerful.
Yeah.
Like just stronger, like punchier vocal delivery.
Yeah, I want to experiment with it, like, because it is in my roots and that is what I come from. You know what I mean? I had a good friend when I was writing way back in the day. Like I said, we weren't recording too much music, but we used to just write bars and then just go at each other all night from like 10 p.m. till like 8 in the fucking morning. Like, we would just pick a beat, like we'd write to like Heat by 50 Cent, and then In the Club, and then this other, like, we would pull up beat after beat after beat on YouTube, and by the time we got done, we done wrote like 20, 30 verses just trying to kill each other, bro. Just trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, so out of respect for, you know, that, like, that's still one of my best friends to this day. His name is Chris Crooks. He, like,
shout out Chris
Crooks, man. Like, go look him up too, bro. He's doing his thing. But like, being where I come from, I'm always gonna pay homage to that, and like, for that specific reason, I want to try to bring it subtly, like I said, subtly back into what I'm doing now. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm just so free. When I hear the beat, bro, I'm never like, okay, I'm gonna go at this, like, and I'm gonna hit it this way, and I'm gonna, bro, like, I go in the booth. Sometimes I'll have a pad. Sometimes I'll just be going off the top of the dome. Like, I just feel it. And if I feel like the beat is calling me to get on that bitch and rap, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do it. If I feel like the beat is calling for me to just get on that beat and like not even say words, just like I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. Music I listen to the music and it tells me what to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if the music makes that decision, then I guess that's what we doing. Real shit.
No, that's awesome.
I love that approach.
That's awesome. I think too. we talked about it a little bit in your blog post. You talked about it in the emails that we shared back and forth. I think something that really stands out, at least to me, and I think that's actually would stand out to a lot of other individuals, is kind of your background with how you were really focused on football and you kind of thought that that's what you were going to do. Yeah. But then you totally swerved and you said, fuck it, I'm going to go to music, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go do music. Yeah. That's what I want to do. That stuck out to me personally because I can relate to that in the sense that, I played hockey my whole life. And then going and following something that's, ironically, this complete opposite, art, is it's challenging. And I really want to hear you speak to how you overcame that and what made you decide to follow that route. Because I think there's a lot of people out there who go through a similar situation where, they're telling themselves that they want to do this one thing. Maybe they want to be an engineer, maybe they want to be an athlete, but in reality, what they really want is to be pursuing art or something that they really connect more deeply with than engineering or football or whatever it is. So,
yeah, man. So first and foremost, I've never been one of those type of people that's like, I cannot look back honestly on my life after 23 years and be like, there was a time or a period where I was just kind of like floating through life, just like, oh, I don't know what I want to do.
Right.
Like, I've always been a very driven. Like when I was fucking 5. Yeah. I wanted to like race cars. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 10, I wanted to be a Marine. Like I literally wanted to go overseas and like fight in the military. When all the way up from like 10 to 18, 19 years old when I graduated high school, my mom told me at a very young age, like, yo, like, look, like you're not going to college unless you get a scholarship to play sports. Like I don't have the money to send you first and foremost to like, she was real with me. Like, I've never had good grades. I think I graduated with, like, a 2.3, 2.4, like, cumulative. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, that shit's got on us. She told me this when I was, like, 10 or 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, it was just, like, football. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, all throughout middle school, all throughout high school. Because not only did I hear that, did I see that as my passion and what I'm supposed to do. Like I said, I've always been a very, like, driven person on my mind on one thing. But it was like a survival thing. Like right. You are not going to be able to grow up and make a stable living or be a productive human being in society if you do not go to like get a scholarship to play football. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like after school, you know what I mean? Whatever, bro. You can get a good job. I was going to go and study sports and exercise science. Like so after that, go and get a good job. Cool, make money training people, lifting, like fine, but like you have to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So going from 10 or 11 years old all the way up to 18, 19, that's all I've been, you know what I mean? All the way down to like, I remember my senior year, I was sending game film out to a bunch of like D2, D3 and NAIA schools around the country. And a couple of them had came to my school to recruit me. But the only ones that like really offered me any money, there was 3 of them. They were all like small NAIA, like little private schools around the area. Mm-hmm. The one that offered the most money that I was going to go to was this place. It's called Sterling College in Kansas. We literally I went out there to visit and get my tour of the campus and also to give my verbal commitment to the coaches that I would be attending next year. And we went out there and like did the visit, whatever. And like 6-hour drive, literally on the way back, like, I just looked at my mom. It had been weighing heavy on my mind since I got there. And I was just thinking about like, I was like, there's like my mom, like weeks before that, ironically had pulled out like my special box of all my stuff when I was a kid. She's just like, look at these. Like you were writing raps back when you were like fucking 5, 6. Like, and there, it was literally like little, just simple sentences about how much I love my mom. And like, I started thinking about that. And I started thinking about like I forced myself to stop rapping in high school because I was so busy with school and football. Mm-hmm. But there was times where like I'd be sitting there doing my homework or in class, whatever, like, and it's like something would just possess me, just come over me, and I would just start writing bars. I would hear a song and it would just, it was like a feeling that I could not, like I had no control over myself, if you will. Like I just had to start writing music and had to start. And I was thinking about all this and I'm like, dude, like, you don't feel the same way about sports. Like, you like it. It's fun. You know what I mean? It's fun lifting weights. It's fun being on the field. But it's not like music is, where it's literally uncontrollable. Like, it takes you. And like I said, I listen to the music. I listen to what the music tells me to do. You don't feel that same way. And it was just like, talk about late timing. Like, this is on the way back after I already gave these motherfuckers my verbal commitment. Like, and I'm telling on my mom this, like, and she started crying. Like, she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is all we have worked for your entire life. Like, my mom was force feeding me eggs and potatoes my senior year, and I would go up and fucking to my first weights class every day and throw up and go back in and lift, like, every single day for almost a year. Like, that's how, like, I worked hard for it, just like I work hard in music. And, like, she just couldn't believe it. But my mom is a very spiritual person, and my mom knows that I work hard. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? And when I told her that, I truly, above anything else, like that this was something that I prayed on to God, and that I truly believe was not only what I want to do with my life, but I truly believe that even if I didn't want to do it, it's my calling. Yeah. It's what I was put on this earth to do. That's when she was just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, if you say so. And yeah, man, that first year, I came back to Loveland. I was in the spring. I came back to Loveland, and that first year, I didn't do shit. Like, I set up a studio in my house, barely ever used it. You know what I mean? I was doing exactly what I was doing in high school, like going out, getting fucked up, fucking bitches, like doing drugs, like, you know what I mean? Not living a healthy lifestyle. Not even working on the music like I said I was going to. Yeah. But come to July 2015, my friends were like, yo, we're going to go out to Arizona. We're going to study at the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. Like, we want you to come with us. We know that you're taking this music thing seriously now. That's why you didn't go to college. So we're the only people you hang out with. Like, come do it. And I had a girlfriend at the time. I was selling drugs. Like, I was in my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing, living in my mom's basement, like, whatever, like, being a loser. And I turned it down. Like, I was like, no, like, I'm probably going to move in with this girl or whatever. I want to stay here. You know what I mean? And they're like, okay, you know, whatever. 2 weeks, actually, let me rewind. A month before they move out here, I find out the girl I was with cheated on me. So that was that. Yeah. That set me back a little bit. When I actually looked at it, she was most of the reason why I was staying. 2 weeks before we moved out here, we came back from a party, and I was drunk, and I told her my car. And I literally was just like, yeah, you guys are right. Like, there is nothing out here for me. Like, I've caught a charge every single year that I was in high school and 2 of the first years that I was out. Like, yeah, I was like, you know, maybe I should go with y'all. It's too late to register for school at this point, but I was like, fine. So I was like, yeah, word, I'm gonna move out there with them. I went to Guitar Center, and I bought the Pro Tools curriculum. It was like the first book they offer in their series for music production. Mm-hmm. And it actually infuses like bits and pieces of post-production in there too. I bought that and read it front to back, filled out all the little worksheets, and like literally like every day, like this was my day when I first moved out here. I'd wake up, I'd go to my first job. I was flipping burgers. I'd work there from 8, 9 in the morning all the way up until about 3 o'clock. And I'd get off work, and I'd ride the bus back or ride my bike, as I was doing for a long time, and go to my other job at Taco Bell and work until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, finally get off around 2, come home, study as much of that fucking book as I could, sleep for like 4 hours, and wake up and do it all over again. Damn, I did that for 8 months. And at the end of it, I was between the book and YouTube tutorials, you know what I mean? I'm sure we can all relate to that. Like, and my friends, you know what I mean, teaching me little bits and pieces of what they're finding out in school. Like, God will, like, I got it together and was able to produce a decent sound. Yeah, and now I'm here.
Brother, you came a long way. You came a long way, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
You came a long way.
So, real quick, how did you, like, you're working 2 jobs. You're flipping burgers. You're cutting up the pink slime at Taco Bell and putting it into like taco-shaped bread. Like, how, like, those 2 disgusting ass, demotivating ass jobs. Like, I can imagine how draining that is for you. And off 4 hours of sleep, like filling out all this crazy, like learning about Pro Tools. Like, how did you manage your day jobs and then coming home at night and working on your music stuff? Like, what motivated you? How did you keep going? Just, like, what are your thoughts on that?
Like I said, man, I've always been a hardworking person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when I wasn't doing the music and working a 9 to 5, like, I was playing football and going to school, like, I worked out every day. sometimes twice a day, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to school and was dealing with a lot back then. Like I've just always been a driven, hardworking person. But I think honestly that wasn't even enough. I think that if that's all I had was decent work ethic, I think I been would have quit. I think what it was fear. I turned down my only ticket out of my hometown for this to go be a rapper, like to be a, like, and then I didn't do shit like that first year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people looking, like I had people in my hometown looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dog, like you said in Go, you lit a fire under your ass.
It did, man. And it's like, when I was out here that first year, like I was scared shitless. Like I didn't go back and see my family for a year. Like I went for one Christmas and like didn't make it back until the next one because I was so busy, and like it took an emotional toll on me. Like I cut myself off from everyone I've ever known, like my family, like everything I've ever known in Colorado, for this whack ass dream. Like I was scared of what people think. I was scared of like where this could end up going, like ending up on, you know what I mean? I pissed away the only chance I had. Now I'm screwed. I'm scared of like what my mom thought. Like I was like, bro, like you might have made a fucking mistake, bro. Like you may have fucked up royally, and like the fear just snapped me into shape, bro. Like it was good that I cut myself off from society, because unless I was at work, I didn't leave my house for those 8 months. Like I was just like, man, I gotta make good music. I can't go home empty-handed. I can't spend this much time away from my family for nothing. Like I have to make something of this and bring home something to fucking show for it. Otherwise, it's like I'm a fucking loser. I'm what I was my first year in Loveland. Like
and you're not going back to that.
Hell no.
Hell no, dude. You're on a whole nother track.
Never.
You're on a whole nother track. That said, brother, welcome to the Mood family, dog.
Yeah, man.
That's all we got. But
thanks so much, dude, for coming through.
Hell yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all fucking show me love and support. Real shit, man. Thank you.
no worries. Any last words?
Nah, man. Hey, go follow me on everything: Instagram, Twitter, all that, bro. At the Real VYS, VYS. You know what I'm saying? VYS is an acronym for Visualize Your Success. Go look up my YouTube channel. I just dropped another song that we were mentioning here. Act Like. I'm gonna drop another one in a couple weeks, bro. Check me out for real. I'm tight.
That's all we got for you. Luis and Will from Mood Industries.
Peace.
Faithin, aka VYS. Peace out.